writings which preface their law. A particular delusion is described thus. Before the law, there stands a doorkeeper on guard. To this doorkeeper, there comes a man from the country who begs for admission. But the doorkeeper says that he cannot allow the man to enter at this moment. The man asks whether he will be allowed to enter later. "It is possible," answers the doorkeeper, "but not at this moment." The man from the country, he had not expected to meet with this difficulty. The law, he thinks, should be accessible to every person and at all times. But he decides that he had better wait until he gains permission to enter. The doorkeeper, he gives him a stool and allows him to sit down at the side of the door. There, he sits waiting for days, years and decades. He makes many attempts at being allowed in. Bribery, for instance. The doorkeeper, he accepts all the gifts, saying, however, "I take this only to keep you from feeling as though you have not left something undone." In the first years, the man curses his evil fate aloud. Later, as he grows old, he only mutters to himself. He grows childish, and finally his eyes grow dim. Before he dies, all that he has experienced in all of his years of waiting, condensing his mind into one simple question.
Everyone strives to attain the law. How is it then that in all this time, no one has come seeking the law but me?
No one but you can gain admittance through this door. Since this door was intended only for you, I am now going to shut it.
Did you ring? He says Anna is to bring him his breakfast. It cannot be done.
This is news indeed.
Hadn't you better stay here?
I shall neither stay here nor let you address me until you have introduced yourself.
You should stay in your room. Didn't she tell you that?
I'd better get Frau Gruber.
No! You can't go out. You are arrested. Proceedings have been instituted against you. You will be informed of everything in due course. Much better give these things to us than hand them over to the depot.
There's lots of thieving in the depot.
They sell everything there after a certain length of time,
You never know how long these cases will last.
especially these days.
Frau Gruber, come in. Why doesn't she come in?
You cannot come in since you are under arrest.
But how can I be under arrest? And particularly in such a ridiculous fashion. Here are my identification papers.
By
record?
AIDS test results?
Insurance policy in case of natural
AIDS.
disaster, losing fertility against impotence?
Here are my identification papers. Now show me yours. And first of all, your warrant for arresting me.
Oh, good Lord! If only you'd realize your position. We stand closer to you than any other in this world.
What are your papers to us? You're behaving worse than a child.
He admits he doesn't know the law, yet he claims he is innocent.
Take me to your superior officer. Take me to your superior officer. Your superior officer. Please. Imagine you can appear in front of the inspector, dressed like that.
This won't help you any.
It must be a grey coat. But it's not a capital charge. Yet. Is it? I haven't even had a bar. Yet.
Joseph K., you are presumably very surprised with the events of this morning. Not very surprised. It's not usual.
I am not very surprised. I mean, I am very surprised. But when one has lived for 30 years in this world and has had to fight one's way through it, as I have had to do, one becomes hardened to surprises and doesn't take them too seriously. I don't say that it's a joke.
Quite right, yes.
On the other hand, it can't be an affair of any great importance either. I cannot recall the slightest charge that might be called against me. Who accuses me? What authority is conducting these proceedings? Are you officers of the law?
These officers, and myself indeed, we know hardly anything about your affair. I cannot even confirm that you have been charged with a particular offence. Or rather, I do not know whether you are under arrest, certainly. Anything more than that, I do not know.
Think less about us. Think less about what's going to happen to you. Think more about yourself.
This is sheer nonsense. May I use the telephone? Advocate Hasper is a personal friend of mine.
Certainly. But I do not see any sense in doing that. Unless, of course, you had some personal business you wanted to consult him about.
All right, then I won't telephone.
Oh, but do telephone if you must.
No, I don't want to.
Oh,
now.
please.
No, I don't want to.
Do it!
No. Go away. Go away. Go away.
I don't mean to suggest that you should give up hope. Why should you? You are only under arrest. Nothing more.
That's enough for today. We will be leaving now. Only for the time being, though. You will be going back to the bank, I suppose.
To the bank? But I thought I was under arrest. How can I go to the bank?
Ah, I see. You have misunderstood me. You are under arrest, certainly. But that should not hinder you from carrying on with the ordinary course of your life. Should it?
What? You? From the bank? Taxi!
I stumbled through the door with a little twinkle in my eye, feeling oh so naughty underneath the starlit sky. Giggle, whispers, and a little sway as I strut my stuff across the floor. It's minute heart racing, thoughts astray. I'm a seductive siren begging for more. Moonlight serenade, the sultry melody, whispering secrets in the night. Lost in the rhythm, the sweet symphony. Oh, it's got me feeling so right.
There was an interrogation
Got me
commission.
feeling so
Why do you think it's
right.
up to your mind? You obviously think I should really have committed a serious crime. The interrogation commission might have discovered not that I was innocent, that I was not so guilty as they had first assumed.
Certainly that's impossible.
So you haven't much experience in legal matters, have you?
No, I haven't. And I have often regretted it. You see, I wish to know everything there is to know. And the court of law, well, it holds a curious attraction. Next month I'm joining the clerical staff of the lawyers are
Excellent. Then you'll be able to help me out a little with my case.
Oh yes, all right. I'll let you know.
Oh, so naughty underneath the starlit sky.
Just say
To make my life stand out.
I stumbled through the door with a little twinkle in my eye, feeling oh so naughty underneath the starlit sky. Giggle, whispers, and a little sway as I strut my stuff across the floor. It's minute heart racing, thoughts astray. I'm a seductive siren begging for more. Moonlight serenade, the sultry melody, whispering secrets in the night. Lost in the rhythm, the sweet symphony. Oh, the moon's got me feeling so right. Oh, it's got me feeling so right.
You have called the bank, more precisely me, the junior manager of the office. I might be out at a most important business meeting or deeply involved with one of our most valuable clients, or simply you just have to serve me at this hour. Leave a message, a quick, efficient one.
I want to inform you that next Sunday a short inquiry into your case will take place. These inquiries will now follow each other regularly.
Oh, a quick word with you, Mr. Kay. Would you do me the pleasure of joining me for a party on my yacht this Sunday morning? It will be quite a large party. Doubtless some of your friends will be among them. Frau Hassler, the advocate, amongst others. Will you come? Do come.
Thanks very much. But I'm sorry, I have no time on Sunday. I have a previous engagement.
That's a pity, it really is.
They told me the address, but they didn't tell me the time. It must be 9 o'clock. It must be.
Da
or not, I'm here now.
Yes, but I am no longer obliged to hear you now. But I shall make an exception. You are a house painter, yes?
No, I am the junior manager of a large bank. This question of yours, Harry Examining Magistrate, about me being a house painter, is typical of the whole character of this trial to the extent that I recognise it as such.
This is not going to help you very much, young man.
What has happened to me is only of a single incident, and is therefore of no great importance, but it is representative of a misguided policy which is being directed towards many other people as well. Listen to me. 10 days ago, I was arrested. Ridiculous, even to myself. Perhaps they had orders to arrest... Perhaps they had orders to arrest some house painter. Orders requisitioned my room, stole my underclothes. My landlady and my employees soon spread the news of my arrest. Damaged my public reputation, shook my position in the bank. I repeat, the whole matter has caused me nothing but some annoyance and passing unpleasantness, but I did not have worse consequences. I am quite detached from this affair. I can therefore judge it calmly. There can be no doubt, my friend, that behind all the workings of this organisation, there is a great hierarchy at work. This is an organisation which not only employs corrupt warders, stupid inspectors and examining magistrates, but also has at its disposal a judicial hierarchy of the highest rank, with a numerous and indispensable retinue of public servants, clerks, reviewing clerks, politicians, police, undercover police disguised as social workers, I bet even an executioner. Excuse me. I told you so. And the significance of this organisation, my friends. Innocent people are accused of guilt, and senseless proceedings are put in motion against them. Considering the senselessness of this whole setup, how is it possible for the higher ranks to avoid the gross corruption in their agents, let alone the higher ranks themselves?
Wanted to point out that today you may not have yet realized, but today you have flung away with your own hand any advantages an interrogation may confer on an accused man.
You scoundrels! I'll give you all an interrogation yet! I only explained what happened in my room. Your behaviour there was not exactly blameless.
If you only knew how bad you were paid, you wouldn't be so hard on us. I have a fan intervened and Francis who wants to get married. Didn't I tell you that the gentleman never asked for us to be punished? Do you call it justice? Both of us, especially myself, have a long record of trustworthy service as policemen. I mean warders. We had every prospect of advancement and would certainly have been promoted to whippers pretty soon, like this man here.
Can that whip really cause such terrible pain?
We will have to take off all our clothes first.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Is there no way of getting these two off their whipping?
No! Stress!
If you can't get him to spare the both of us, try to get me off at least. Wilma is far older than I am, and far less sensitive too. Besides, I was only following her lead in what I did. She is my teacher, for better or worse.
I can't wait any longer!
No. It's me. Good evening, Harris. Auntie!
Joseph, I want to have a short talk with you. But in strict privacy, it is necessary for my peace of mind.
Aunt, you're not in the country.
What is this I hear, Joseph? For God's sake, Joseph, answer me. Is it true? Can it be true?
You've probably heard something about my trial.
I have heard about your trial. And of course, I took the first train here. How on earth can it be true, Joseph? What case is it? Not a criminal case, surely.
A criminal case.
And you stand there coolly with a criminal case hanging around your neck.
The cooler I am, the better in the end. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry!
Joseph, my dear Joseph, think of yourself. Think of your relatives. Think of your good name. You have been a credit to us until now. You cannot become a family disgrace. So, it's something to do with the bank, of course.
No. I know quite well that I owe the family an explanation, Aunt.
Right, quite right. But hurry, Joseph. Hurry!
I don't want to talk openly in front of these clerks. The first thing to grasp, Aunt, is that this is not a case before an ordinary court.
Ordinary or not, they have all sorts of machinery which they can automatically set in motion against you if they like. Joseph, do you want to lose this case? Do you know what that would mean? That would mean that you would be simply ruined, and that all your relatives would be ruined too, or at least dragged in the dust. Dragged in the dust. Dragged in the dust.
Open the door! I need to see the solicitor!
The solicitor is ill.
Is it a heart problem?
I think so. Or possibly
just her usual hangover. Who is it, Lenny?
Feeling better.
Lenny looks after me.
Fräulein, please be so good as to leave us alone for a moment. I need to have some quiet words with the solicitor.
As for your case, I should be quite fortunate enough that my strength prove equal to such an arduous task. To be quite honest with you, your case interests me too deeply for me to resist an opportunity to take some part in it. What's bothering you?
How come you know about my case?
I'm an advocate. I move in circles where various cases are discussed, and the more striking ones are bound to stick in my mind. You're all nerves. You ask questions like a child. What's bothering you?
You move in circles.
Yes, and when I don't, good friends of mine from the law courts visit me now and then. For example, there is a good friend of mine visiting me right at this very moment. The chief clerk of the court. This is Joseph K. The chief clerk of the court has been so kind as to pay me a visit. The value of such a visit can only be appreciated by those who are initiated by how overwhelmed the chief clerk of the court is by her work.
I can only stay a few minutes longer. Unfortunately, my duties call me.
I was thinking of you too.
You couldn't keep your eyes on me from the moment you came in. And yet you leave me here waiting.
I'm shy to tell the truth.
But you did like me first, and you probably don't like me. Even now, must you always brood over your case?
No. Perhaps I brood far too little over it.
That is the mistake you make. You're too unyielding. That's what I think.
Who told you that?
Please don't ask me for names. Take my warnings instead. And don't be so unyielding in the future. You can't put up any resistance against this court. You must admit your fault. Make your confession of the third chance you get. Confess.
And if I don't confess, then you can't help me.
He seems to recruit woman helpers. First Fräulein Barnes, and now this little creature. Right, then I can't help you. Do you have a sweetheart?
No, I don't. Yes, I do. I even carry a photograph around of her somewhere with me.
You have kissed me. You belong to me now.
You're the defendant K. Now I recognize you. You're welcome. You're under arrest, aren't you? While you're here, although it is Sunday, just look around. These are the accused men. All of them are accused of guilt.
Indeed. Then they are colleagues of mine. What are you waiting here for?
This gentleman merely asks what you're waiting for. Come on, give an answer.
I'm waiting.
Off with you. Keep the passage clear.
A month ago, I handed in several affidavits concerning my case, and I'm waiting for the result. I know that the decision on my affidavits cannot be expected today, but I came all the same. I thought that I might as well wait here. It is Sunday, and here I disturb nobody.
Everyone doesn't think as you do. For example, I am under arrest too, but I have neither handed in any affidavit nor attempted anything whatever of the kind. Well, perhaps you don't believe that I am under arrest too. So you really don't believe me?
Most of these accused men are so sensitive.
I want to get away. How does one reach the outside door?
You surely haven't lost your way already.
Show me the way out!
Don't shout like that. There are officers everywhere around here.
Does anybody know what this man is screaming about?
Won't you sit down?
This is your first visit?
By the time you've come here 2 or 3 times, you'll hardly even notice how oppressive it gets here.
You cannot stay here. You are causing an obstruction. If you like, I'll take you to the sick room.
I should feel better. I am sure. I'm not so terribly weak either. I only need a little support. I'm an official too, and a custody officer.
This person. Shall I introduce you? Right then. This person represents our inquiries department. She is responsible for giving the clients the information that they need. And since our procedure is largely unknown to the populace, lots of information is asked for.
But that isn't her only claim to distinction. She has another.
It's the beauty of the clothes.
We, that's to say the staff, made up our minds that the clerk of inquiries, we all have the same mind. Since she's always dealing with clients, she has no one else to deal with, and is the first to see them, and the last to see them, must be very smartly dressed. She has to be dressed so as to create a good first impression, because she isn't really very smart.
Us, on the other hand, as you may have noticed, are very unfashionably dressed.
We are sorry to say there isn't much use anyhow in spending money on clothes. We are hardly ever out of this offices.
Did you know that we even sleep here?
And hand it to the court. I could give a short account of my life. I could explain the reasons why I acted as I did. The advocate isn't doing anything. Isn't asking questions. To ask questions would surely be the main thing.
Unfortunately, it is my duty to warn you that Sometimes the first appeal is not read by the court at all, and unluckily, the first appeal is often mislaid or lost altogether. You must remember, proceedings are not public. Naturally, therefore, the legal records of the case, above all the actual charges, are often inaccessible to the accused and his counsel. So one does not know with any precision what charges are to be met. Advocates are not allowed during the examination. The defense is not actually countenanced by the law, but only tolerated at all. The most important thing to remember is that personal connections with the officials of the court.
You're an old client of the advocate's, aren't you? How long has he been in charge of your affairs?
Yes. Well over 5 years now. But I'm not really faithful to him.
How's that?
I have other advocates besides him. I have 5 other advocates.
5? It's not allowed.
I'm even trying out a 6th one. I don't want to lose much. I daren't ignore anything it might help me win. That's how I've come to spend every penny I possess in this case of mine. Once, my office filled the whole floor of a building. Now, only one small office, one assistant left. I withdrew not just my money, but my energies too. It's too
I'm considering dismissing my advocate, our advocate, from my case.
He's dismissing the advocate. I've been waiting a long time for you. It might be a sense of guilt that makes them attractive. They aren't all guilty, and they aren't all going to be punished.
I dispense with your services as from today. I was never so plagued by my case since he gave me you as my advocate.
Nothing really new ever happens. How many of my clients have reached the same frame of mind as you and said exactly the same words? What has he been doing all day? It's often safer to be in chains than to be free. But it didn't take long. The clients ceased to be clients and become the advocate's dogs. What has he been doing all day? I locked him in the maid's room to keep him from disturbing me. That's where he usually stays anyhow.
Personally, if you ask me, I think you're a bunch of dirty rotten stupid dogs. Hang you
unknown accusation, and not to mention other possible charges arising out of it. The whole of one's life must be passed in review. Every action and accident clearly formulated and examined from every angle. When one is still in full career and rapidly becoming a rival, even to the deputy manager, one should not feel selfish. I began.
This proposal makes thinking over. He seems to be so very overworked.
Forgive me, gentlemen. I'm sorry to tell you that I have no time to see you at present. I can't say how desolated I am, but I have to go out on urgent business and must leave the building at once. Come back tomorrow or at some other time, or give me some information on the phone, and I'll give you an explicit answer in writing.
After a while than one had originally fancied. On the one hand, one is able to intervene whenever one likes. On the other, one can also withdraw whenever one likes. If one conducts one's own defence, and what will develop later on, does it not mean cutting oneself off from every other activity? And how will he manage his work from the bank? What an obstacle has suddenly arisen to block one's career.
It is justice. Justice and a goddess of victory in one.
Not a good combination.
Are you innocent?
Yes. I'm completely innocent.
Joseph, if you are innocent, then the matter is quite simple.
My innocence doesn't make the matter any simpler. I have to fight against countless subtleties in which the court is likely to lose itself.
If you are innocent, what sort of acquittal do you want? There are three possibilities, namely definite acquittal, ostensible acquittal, and indefinite postponement.
These papers belong to the court too.
What?
Yes, you see, everything belongs to the court.
Joseph K. Joseph K. Come closer, my son. Are you Joseph K?
Yes,
You are an accused man.
so I have been informed.
Did you know that your case is going badly?
I had that impression myself. I've done what I could, but without any success so far. Of course, my first petition hasn't been presented yet.
How do you think it will end? I fear it will end badly. You are held to be guilty.
But I'm not guilty. It's a misunderstanding.
It's how all guilty people talk.
What is the next step you propose to take in the matter?
You cast about too much from outside, Hel, especially women.
Women have great influence, especially before this court, which consists almost entirely of petticoat chasers. Just let the examining magistrate see a woman in the distance, and he almost knocks down his desk, and the defendant in his eagerness to get at her. Are you angry with me? Do you have a little time for me?
As much time as you need.
You are very good to me. With you I can speak openly.
Deluded.
Do you think I'm deluded?
You are deluding yourself with the court. Remember the parable of the man who spends his entire life waiting to gain admission through the door of the law. Remember his final question?
Everyone strives to attain the law. How is it then that in all this time no one has come seeking the law but me?
No one but you can gain admittance through this door, since this door was intended only for you. I am now going to shut it.
I must go. I am the assistant manager of a bank. They're waiting for me.
Well, go then.
Please wait a moment.
I'm waiting.
Don't you want anything more to do with me?
No.
You were so friendly to me for a while. You explained so much to me. And now you let me go as if you cared nothing about me. You are the prison chaplain.
Well, you see, that means that I belong to the court too.
What theatre are you playing at? Why did they send you?
dog. It was as if he meant for the shame of it to outlive him.